Morning everyone. Today I'm going to do a quick oil change. I'm not changing the filter, it's just going to be a standard oil change. We spent 10 days sailing a couple of weeks ago. Did quite a lot of mileage. Oil's a bit dirty. I've changed the filter at the beginning of the season, so I just want to give it a quick flush through. I just thought I'd video it and show you how I do it and what makes it easy and some of the more difficult parts. One of the things that I would say before doing anything, get yourself some of these. These are only cheap. It's you can get them from Amazon. They're just a set of gloves. Playing around with oils all the time, it can damage your skin, and I know it's a bit of a pain in the arse, but they're only cheap, worthwhile getting. I use loads of these on the boat for pretty much everything from epoxy to oil changes, cleaning the bilge, all that kind of stuff. Just get yourself some and make sure you wear them. What I'll do is I'll go through engine checks. I'm going to run the engine up, probably give it 15-20 minutes to heat up, thin the oil down. Then I'm going to let it settle down, and then I'm going to pump it out. Put some new oil on, and I always keep enough to do probably 4 oil changes at any time. Kept in one of the lazarettes outside. It just makes things easy. From an oil perspective, I've got quite an old BUKH or BUKH DV20 engine. It's pretty old, but it's been reconditioned in 2003. It hasn't missed a beat. It starts every time. I use just plain straight 30 oil. Get it from Ride Oils. You can get those online. They do them in big 20 kind of kg drums. Find it pretty useful, and they've got no contaminants in there. There's no additives. It's just straight oil, and it just seems to work for me. So if you've got an old engine, I'd recommend having a look on the website. The oil, like I say, is that I've had no problems. I've had no smoking from the engine. It seems to work. First thing I've done is remove the engine cover so that I can get access to the engine. Just have a good cursory look. Just check you've got no oil leaks down in the well. What I'm going to do is just do a quick oil check, because I'm going to run the engine. You can see there, oil's quite dark. Has been used. It's good practice just to change it a couple of times during the year. It's not going to do the engine any harm. Yeah, engine oil's at the top where I'd expect it to be. And just while you're there, have a good look round the engine bay, just to see if you can see any leaks. It's a good point now just to check any of your water inlets, outlets, any of the pipes that you've got. You see any leaks. I'll also check around the back of the engine at the fuel pump, fuel filters. Engine bay is nice and clean. All I need to do now is go around the back end, check the gearbox oil, check the prop, and open the raw water system, and then we'll run her up and leave it 15 minutes so the oil gets hot before I do a change. So I'm now at the back end of the engine bay. Just going to have a quick look. See there, I've just changed all the prop bolts. There's no leaks or anything. Going to put the raw water system and open that up. And just at the back end here is where my gearbox oil is. Just going to give that a check. It looks nice and clear, no water, and that's at the top level. Just check for any leaks under the fuel trap and the fuel filter. Everything's looking good. Time to start her up and give her a good run. So it's time now to start the engine up. Like that, check the oil pressure. And check out the back that your raw water system's working properly and circulating through the engine. Okay, I've run up for about 20 minutes, nice and warm. While that was going on, I got things ready. You'll be able to see I've got my oil extraction pump there. It's just manual. Does a great job. I've got my main oil container and my smaller container with a spout that helps just get into the engine without dripping anything anywhere. So what I'm going to do now is open the engine cover again, and get everything ready, and I'll film the oil change. What we're going to do now is a quick oil check again. That's been running up. You'll see that it's gone down slightly. You should always let it warm up and then let it cool down a bit before you do your oil check. Just going to take off the nut to the engine head. See, there's a bit of oil on the top. It's always good to check that. If you've got any signs of water getting into your oil, you'll see a milky kind of residue left on there, which shows that you could have a problem with the water pump, whether the seal's gone at the back. Generally lets water in through the system. I've had it happen once, and I've had a reconditioned water pump and new seals put on the back. I'm going to leave that off so there's not pressure in the system. Take the dipstick out because I'm going to use the dipstick housing to put the extractor pump tube down, which goes down to the bottom of the engine and removes all the oil. I've now got the pump out. It's got about 1 litre of oil in there from a motorbike oil change I did earlier. That goes all the way down the dipstick. I have to get pretty close on this. Start pumping, you'll see the oil coming through. Okay, now the pressure's in there, it'll now just keep sucking it through. All you have to do is pump it every now and again until all the oil has been taken out. That's just the last of the oil coming out. Not sure how well you can see this, but there was already 1 litre in there from a motorbike oil change. We're just around the 4 litre mark, so now I've got about 3 litres to put in, which will be 3 of my smaller oil cans. So I'm just going to fit that in now to the top and check the level as I'm going through. So I'm just going to put the first litre in. Once this has gone, all the oil's gone into the engine, I'll refill this another 2 times. Just probably after about 2.5. I will just put 2.5 litres in. Just going to do a check. Should take 3, but I don't want to put it all in there and find out. I've got to drag some out. Yeah, a little bit more. Putting the final 1/2 litre in. Should take us right to the top of the dipstick. Give that a couple of seconds to run down. And there we go, just below the full marker on the dipstick and nice and clear. All I'm going to do now, put the dipstick back in, put the nut on the engine top. I have forgotten to do that before, and run the engine up and got oil everywhere, so make sure you put that on. And there's also no need to tighten this up to a huge torque setting, just nip it up. Makes it easier for you to get off the other end. Okay, I've packed everything away, put the engine cover back on. Now I'm just going to run her up 5 minutes. Just check the oil pressure. Just there, which is fine where it is normally. Just while the engine is running, I'm just going to check again for leaks. Okay, that's all looking good. I'm just going to leave it now running for about 10-15 minutes, and once the cycle's finished, I'm going to check the oil level, see if it needs anything added. Shouldn't do, because I haven't changed the filter. I'm not changing the filter until I winterize in November, but when you do put a new filter on, obviously that's going to take some of the oil in to fill the filter, so you might need to top it up, but shouldn't need to in this instance. Okay, I've run the engine for about 5 minutes now. Just going to remove the cover. Do a quick check. All levels fine. Hopefully you can see that it's nice and clear, just at the top of the full mark. So that's the oil change complete. Engine nice and looked after. You change your oil, it's good for the engine. Also keeps you on top if it's losing any oil, if you're regularly checking. And just gives you peace of mind that next time that you go out, that your engine oil is all fine. So that's the oil change complete. All I've got to do now is out on the back of the boat. I've got the oil canister, which has got all the used oil in it, and I will take it to the marina. They've got an oil bowser there, so I can get rid of it properly. And then that's everything ready to do at the end of the season again. Hope it was useful. I will do a video of a complete winterizing when I change all the filters, impeller, everything like that, which hopefully will be useful.